Hello everyone, this is Teacher Aris and welcome to Maestro Vlogspot. So ayan, after several months, ngayon lang uli ako makakapag-vlog ng talagang may kabuluhan or may sense because recently talagang masyadong busy sa school because of the fact na talagang, how do you call this, all out na yung face-to-face class namin sa Santa Rosa Science and Technology High School. By the way, shout out sa mga students natin dyan. And I hope that you're all doing good. So for this video, ang pag-uusapan natin will be the step-by-step procedure on how to come up or to create research title. Okay, so recently, dun sa page ko sa REVAMPS, maraming nagtatanong or nagpapatulong from different schools, mga estudyante, from college and senior high school on how to finalize or to come up with a correct title. Kasi marami na daw silang binigay or sinadjust sa professor, sa teacher, pero binasura pa din. Ang sakit noon actually. Okay, so that's why naisipan kong gumawa ng vlog relevant to that problem na pinagdaraanan ng mga researchers natin today. Pero bago po ako mag-proceed sa discussion, I would like to request everyone to please support me dito sa YouTube channel ko. So I hope na i-click po natin yung like button and yung subscribe button para at least you will be notified once na meron tayong mga ina-upload na ganitong video na merong kabuluhan. Okay, so again, kindly click subscribe button and if possible, you can also click notification bell para at least magkakasama tayo sa journey natin sa YouTube. And if you also have your YouTube channel, you can also approach me to, how do you call this one, to like it and to subscribe to your channel para at least tulungan tayo. Okay? So again, subscribe na kayo sa channel ko. So wag nating patagalin pa. Again, ang pag-uusapan natin today will be steps on how to come up with research title. Okay? So, meron ako ditong prepare na 9 specific steps na makakatulong sa inyo para at least makagawa tayo ng magandang research title or kung hindi man totally ganun kaganda, at least acceptable research title. But then, before tayo mag-proceed sa 9 na yun, let's remind ourselves first na sa paggawa ng research title, dapat smart yung title natin. So, ano nga ba yung meaning ng smart? So, syempre, meron siyang specific meaning, no? For letter S, sabi doon, our research title must be specific. So, ibig sabihin, once na nabasa natin yan or nabasa ng readers, wala nang napo-formulate na tawag ito, doubt or should I say, question. Kasi masyado nang na-narrow down yung topic. So, that's why it must be specific. Second, it must be measurable. Okay, so we all know naman na sa research meron tayong mga ginagamit na tools on how to measure perhaps the effect, the relationship, the changes, so on and so forth. So that's why dapat yung title na yan must be measurable. Number 3, which is letter A, it must be attainable. So ibig sabihin dapat kayang gawin. Especially on our part as students, dapat kayang-kaya nyo yan or appropriate yan sa inyo as estudyante. Okay? And we also have letter R, which is realistic. Okay, so hindi natin masyadong naiiwasan no, na minsan meron tayong mga naisip na title or study na talagang beyond our limits. Okay, so ang sabi dito, dapat ang title natin must be realistic. Okay, kayang gawin, attainable, and at the same time, realistic. Huwag naman masyadong ambisyoso tayo. Okay, and of course, letter T, we have time-bounded. Okay, so ibig sabihin, for example, sa research nyo, binigyan lang kayo ng 6 months to prepare your research. So, dapat yung study nyo, kayang gawin ng 6 months. Kung 3 months yan, dapat kayang gawin ng 3 months. Okay? So, kindly consider those, how do you call this one, ideas first before you come up with your research title. It must be smart. Okay? So, ayan, wag natin patagalin pa. So, proceed na po tayo dun sa 9 steps na prepare ko for all of you and for all the viewers and sa mga researchers. Okay? So, ano nga ba yung 9 steps na yun? So, let's start with step number 1. Okay? Step number 1, very basic. Okay? Brainstorming. Okay? Brainstorming. So, ibig sabihin, you gather all your members first. Tapos, pag-usapan nyo muna yung study nyo. Kasi take note, iba-iba yung perceptions natin about research. Iba-iba yung gusto natin. Okay, so pag-usapan nyo muna, i-collate nyo muna lahat ng ideas nyo, and then try to, identify the real purpose of that research study na gagawin nyo, or activity, or assignment na pinapagawa sa inyo ng professor. Okay, para at least, dun pa lang sa brainstorming na yun, you will be able to address already your differences. At makagawa kayo ng smooth na, process in conducting your study. Tapos, ayan, we're done with step number 1. Nakapag-brainstorm na kayo, nakapag-usap na kayo, everything is already polished and prepared. So, proceed tayo kay step number 2. Okay? Sa step number 2, ito yung, isa sa mga, actually, strategy ko din na ginagamit. So, you have to identify a topic. Okay, again, step number 2, after brainstorming, identify a topic. So, pag sinabi nating topic, it is a general concept or idea na po pwedeng pagmulan ng title natin. For example, we can have relationship, we can have education, religion, politics, ano pa ba? Governance, scientific investigation. So, those are topics, those are general ideas, okay, na pwede nating pagmulan o pwede nating pagkunan ng mga possible variables natin na gagamitin natin for our research title. So again, we are going now to identify a topic. Okay, now, if ever you're done with identification of topic, we can now proceed with step number 3. Ano naman yung step number 3? Okay, step number 3 naman, you can identify a problem. Okay, tama, problema. Okay, yes, we all know that research is already toilsome and a problem for some students, but then magandang strategy din yung pag-identify ng problema na po pwede rin maging basis of your research title. Okay, ano ba yung mga, for example, sa school nyo, ano ba yung mga typical na problema? For example, maraming nahihirapan sa math, maraming nahihirapan sa science, maraming nahihirapan magsalita using English language, maraming nahihirapan mag-compute ng calculus, ng statistics. So those are problems. And those problems na yun, na mention natin, can also be a good source of a research title. Again, yung step number 1, brainstorming muna tayo. Okay, number 2, identify a topic, general concept or idea. Tapos yung number 3, we can also identify a problem na magagamit natin sa susunod na step, which is step number 4. So, sa step number 4 naman, ito yung tinatawag ko na narrow down. Okay? Ibig sabihin, we are now going to specify everything. Ina-narrow down natin yon. Okay? And sa ganitong stage, pwede rin ako mag-suggest sa inyo na you can also have graphic organizer, specifically mind map or concept map. Kasi, pwede natin din mapakita lahat ng ideas na pwede natin magamit. Okay, so magbigay tayo ng example. Okay, so let's say for instance, natapos na yung first three steps. Tapos, you already you already identify one topic from the concepts given during step number 2 and 3. So, excuse me. So, napag-usapan ng grupo na gamitin daw yung education. Okay, as the general idea, as the topic. Okay, so from that concept, education, so we can create a mind map. Tapos magko-contribute lahat ng members ng ideas or specific details or information about education. So ano ba yung mga pwedeng pumasok dyan? So syempre, pwedeng pumasok dyan yung difficulty in mathematics, difficulty in using English language, in speaking and writing. Pwede rin dito pumasok yung poor memorization skills ng estudyante, poor or ineffective teaching strategies ng educators, ano pa, problem when it comes to class participation, ano pa ba ang pwede, magbigay pa tayo ng dalawa. So pwedeng problems in scientific proficiency, ano pa ba, poor comprehension skills ng bata. So those are some ideas na pwede nating may consider. So those are specifics. Okay? So ninarrow down natin. Okay? Kasi kailangan yan for the next step. So for example naman, yung grupo nyo something to do with business yung ginagawa. That's why you chose business as the main idea. So marami rin tayong pwede yan magamit or maisip na specific details for narrowing your topic, no? Pwedeng pumasok dyan sa business yung marketing, pwede rin dito pumasok yung how do you call this one? Shelf storage ng products, retailing strategies, ano pa ba? Advertisement, TV ads, Facebook advertisement, so on and so forth. So, ang pinaka main point dito kay step number 4, we're going to identify specific information or ideas from the identified topic or problem dun sa step number 2 and 3. And of course, once na narrow down na natin, so marami nang lumabas na specific details, dun na yung moment wherein we are now going to choose our specific variables. Okay? So, typically, sa isang research study, meron dapat siyang dalawang variables. Typically, ganun, dalawa yun. Okay, one independent and one dependent variable. So, we're going to have a separate discussion about these variables para mas maintindihan natin. Okay, basta, yung, how do you call this one? Yung step number 5 naman, okay, so since na-narrow down na natin, identify natin yung mga specific details, we are now going to choose our specific variables. And gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, dalawa yon, one independent and one dependent variable. Okay, so magbigay tayo ng example. So for example, dun, from those ideas na nabigyan natin kanina about education, lumabas doon yung problems when it comes to English speaking skills. For example, lumabas doon yun. So isa ng variable yon. Okay, so now yung grupo nyo, pwede na kayong umisip or mag-isip ng isa pang variable na pwede natin i-correlate or i-connect dun sa nauna nating variable, which is speaking or English speaking skills. So ano ba yung mga pwede natin dyan, how do you call this one? May correlate. So if you're going to analyze the society, maraming avid fan na estudyante ng tinatawag natin na Korean drama, K-drama. Okay? So ibig sabihin, yung isa mong variable, English speaking skills. Tapos yung isa, K-drama. Dalawang variables yun. So, logically speaking, itong dalawa, pwede natin yan ipag-connect or i-correlate or hanapin yung epekto ng isang variable dun sa isang variable. Okay? So, pwede na tayo dyan makakuha or makagawa ng isang research title, which is, yun naman yung step number 6. So, after identifying specific variables, yun na yung moment wherein gagawa ka na ng isang title. Okay, so from those example na binigyan natin kanina, pwede na ako makagawa nun ng isang title like The Impact of Korean Drama or K-Drama to the English-Speaking Skills of Grade 9 Students. Okay, I repeat, pwede na ako makagawa ng title doon like The Impact of Korean drama to the English-speaking skills of grade 9 students. Okay? Maraming pwedeng magawa from those two variables. Yun ay kung yung binigay kong example, that is, if you want to identify the impact of the first variable to the other variable. Now, pwede mo namang hanapin lang yung relationship ng dalawa. So, pwede kang makagawa ng title dyan like the relationship between Korean drama and the English speaking skills of grade 9 students. Okay? So, as you can see, after those previous steps, nakagawa tayo ng isang research title. So now, for example, yung nagawa yung title, convinced na kayo na maganda na siya, okay na siya, pwede na siyang ma-present sa professor nyo or sa teacher nyo. Huwag muna kayo magpo-proceed sa step na yun na isa-submit na agad tapos ipapacheck. Huwag muna. Okay? So, next step, yung step number 6 natin is to, how to call this one, to validate. Okay? Or should I say, how to call this one, step number 7 is to validate the title. Pag sinabi natin validate, aalamin natin kung valid na ba yung title natin. Para masabing valid yan, dapat wala pa siyang kaparehas. Okay? So, ano ba yung masasuggest kong strategy para malaman kung unique yung title na ginawa natin. So, ako ang ginagawa ko dyan, binivisit ko yung Google, tapos pupunta ako sa Google Scholar, tapos type ko dun yung title na ginawa ko. Okay? So, pag meron na siya, may kaparehas na siya, lalabas yun dun sa options. Okay? Pero pag wala pa naman, so from the word itself, wala pa, so walang lalabas doon. So, ibig sabihin, pag wala siyang kaparehas, pwede ko na yan may submit. Okay? Valid na yan, credible na yan. At the same time, maganda ng study yan. But then, a disclaimer lang, no? It doesn't mean na walang kaparehas, automatic okay na. Baka kasi mamaya niyan, kaya walang kaparehas. Kasi yung dalawang variables na pinili mo, napakalayo naman talaga yung connection. No? So, be logical all the time. Okay? Basta yun yung step number, what do you call this one? Step number 7, to validate your title. Okay, ayan. So, we are almost there. So, na-validate na, nakagawa na tayo ng title. So, proceed na tayo sa step number 8. Okay, so yung step number 8, very simple lang naman to. So, ito yung tinatawag kong consultation. So, you can ask somebody, okay, especially yung mga professionals, na yung course o yung profession ay related dun sa study na ginagawa nyo, to at least give their comments and suggestions kung meron man dun sa study natin. So, we researchers, we need to accept the fact na merong ibang mas may alam pa kumpara sa atin. Tanggapin natin yan. And we need to be open to comments and suggestions. Okay? So, you can ask them to give their comments, and then once na nakapag-comment na sila, so try to analyze the comments from them, and then if there is a need na may baguhin pa dun sa title nyo, for example, kailangan i-specify pa yung variable, then do it. Okay? Because it will be for the betterment naman of your research title. Okay? So, don't forget step number 8. So, have someone na mas knowledgeable sa inyo to scrutinize and check your research title. And of course, once na okay na, as in okay na lahat, nakapagbigay na ng comments, na-adjust nyo na, okay? So, syempre, yung step number 9, the most awaited part or the most awaited step is for you to submit your, research title to your professor. Submission. Okay? And take note na upon submission, in reality, talaga yung mga professors natin, hindi yan totally tatanggapin, ha? Okay? He or she will test you kung talagang gamay mo yung study na ginawa mo o yung title na ginawa mo. So, there is a big possibility na magtatanong siya. Okay? So, for example, are you sure na wala itong kaparehas? Okay? Or minsan naman may ibang professor na ang strategy nila, ina-assume na nila na they already know na meron ng kaparehas yung study mo. So, pwedeng sabihin niya na, ay, meron na itong kaparehas na study. Okay? So, you as a researcher, the researcher or the proponent of that study, huwag ka naman kagad papayag na, ganun po ba sir? Sige, magpapalit na lang po kami. Hello, one of your steps is the so-called validation. Binalidate nyo muna, chinek nyo muna kung may kaparehas. So, you have to explain as well. Nasabihin mo na, sir, ma'am, based po sa research namin, and we also check na rin po sa internet kung meron siyang kaparehas. Wala pa naman po. So, we believe po na you can approve our title po. So, ibig sabihin, naniniwala kayo na walang kaparehas, which is also one good point sa inyo as researchers. So, you will be able to convince the professor na, talagang nag-aral to. Or talagang chinek nila, sinigurado na walang kaparehas yung title. Okay? So, again, those are the 9 steps na pwede kong maibigay sa inyo. Okay? First one, brainstorming with your group mates. Step number 2, identify a topic. Okay? Step number 3, identify a problem sa locality, sa school, sa environment nyo. Okay? And then after that, step number 4, you have to narrow down all those topics and problems na na-identify nyo. Pag na-narrow down na, nakapag-identify na ng specific ideas, that will be the time you're going to proceed with step number 5, which is to choose the variables, both the independent and dependent variable. But then, there's also a big possibility na sa isang title, merong 2 or 3 or more variables. Depende na lang yan sa researchers. After that, number 6, draft your title. Okay, and once na na-draft na yan, you need to validate kung may kaparehas or wala. Pag wala, proceed sa step number 8, consultation, and then kapag okay na, na-revise na, na-polish na everything, you're going to proceed with step number 9, which is submission. Okay, so I hope na meron kayong napulot na tips dito sa vlog natin, sa video natin. So, standby na lang kayo sa mga susunod pa nating vlogs because I'll be discussing about research variables, and I will also give you strategies on how to create statement of the problem. Kasi madalas din yun, how to gisahin ng professor sa defense. Okay? Again, those are the 9 steps in creating a title. So, this is Teacher Aris, your maestro, and abangan niyo po ako sa susunod na vlog. Okay, so that's it. Good afternoon, good day rather. Okay, bye-bye and good luck sa mga pinagkakaabalahan natin. Hello researchers, hello students, bye-bye.